out a new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfella One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, it's a video request from Billy Jensen. I think his name was on Instagram. He asked me who could be Terrence Crawford's next 3 potential opponents for his next fight. So let's talk about it. We back, Goodfella Sports TV. We in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And the next 3 candidates for Crawford next fight, I tell you, it won't be no Premier Boxing Champion fighter. It won't be Berto, Alexander, Ivan Reddick. It won't be Jamal James. Obviously, it won't be Sergey Lipinets, John Molina, Omar Figueroa, Yordenis Ugas. All 4 of them, I believe, is fighting each other on the Thurman Pacquiao card in July. And Crawford is set to fight in Nebraska. I don't know if it's Lincoln or Omaha this time in October. And what's so funny about it is, I was watching somebody the other day, I won't say his name. He was saying that that Top Rank said they don't have the money for Crawford opponents no more. It's funny how niggas spend. It's funny how niggas spend shit. It's funny how niggas spend shit, dog. I mean, I'm telling you, man. It's some motherfuckers that's just born to be followers, and then you got motherfuckers like me who born to be leaders. You got some people that's gonna fall in uniform and fall in line, whatever somebody else tell them, and they just gonna let somebody slap their penis across their face and don't do shit about it. And there's some people that's just gonna march to the beat of their own drum. You got followers, you got leaders, you got Indians, you got chiefs. Now sometimes you got Indians trying to be chiefs, and it don't work. So sometimes it's good for you to be an Indian. Sometimes niggas good to be a chief. It's good to be a leader. So you got 2 separate people. But at the end of the day, I don't read too much into shit, dog. That's why I stopped watching a lot of niggas' channels. At the end of the day, they gonna put a twist wherever they want to put a twist on. Basically, what they saying is they ain't got no pay-per-view money for Crawford, for niggas that don't amount to pay-per-view. Now, if it's Earl Spence, they got the bag. If it's Keith Thurman, they'll find the bag. If it's Danny Garcia, they got the bag. If it's Sean Porter, they got the bag. See how people misconstrue shit? Oh, Earl not ducking Terrence because, Top Rank said they ain't got the bag. No, they don't have the bag for niggas like Kell Brook. They don't have the bag. Well, I don't know if they say Kell Brook. Or niggas like Ingus or motherfuckers who don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna push whatever fucked up narrative they gonna push. Alright, people act like Crawford ain't a black fighter. They just swear to God Crawford ain't black. They swear to God Errol Spence is just pro-black dude, and Crawford is just some buck dancing raccoon that's buck dancing across the nation. Well, Bomac did this, and Bomac said this, and this guy said, what about Crawford? They swear Crawford is just some buck dancing, tap dancing dude. But let's get into the video, right? Alright, 3 guys, alright. I'm gonna say in no particular order, this is an easy video. Easy video. It's either gonna be Alexander Bruce Putin, who had a title fight for the intern WBA title lined up, which was probably gonna turn into the regular WBA title if Pacquiao lose or win versus Keith Thurman, because Pacquiao is the regular WBA title holder. So I don't know if Bruce Putin want to wait to get in position for that title, or for the interim title, that's going to be a regular title, I think, if Pacquiao lose or win. Or does he want... And I know the guy he supposed to fight kind of pulled out, I think, with an injury or something. So Alexander Bruce Putin will be the number 3 guy that I think about. And I'll give you some honorable mentions, too. Some guys that can be on the outside looking in. Yeah, Bruce Putin would be 1. He'd probably be the 3rd guy on the list, just because his fight fell out. Number 2 on the list, for me, it's probably going to be Ingus. Okay, the Mean Machine. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm not a fan of his. I think he mad overrated. I ain't seen a lot of Bruce Putin, so I can't really tell you. I know that he can crack. I think he's 13-0, no draws with 9 knockouts, so he can crack at least. But I think Ingus is a guy that's there. I think he might be the mandatory for the WBO, so they get that mandatory out the way. Crawford beat him easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze. I think he beat anybody easy out of the guys I'm going to name in the top 3. But that's easy. Ingus had a tough fight with somebody. Ray Robinson, I think it was. Easy work. You know, Ingus is just a stiff Eastern European. I just don't like his game, you know. Yeah, but number one probably be Kell Brook would be the number one target. That's what I would believe. Kell Brook would be the number one target. I don't think he can make the weight. They might have to meet at a catch weight. Then he count as a voluntary because it's a non-title fight. So at the end of the day, it'd be the number one guy looking at is Kell Brook. He got the biggest name out of all of them. It could be a pay-per-view in the UK, so it'll bring in more revenue for Kell Brook, more revenue for Bob, more revenue for Eddie Hearn, more revenue for Terrence Crawford on the back end. That's why that makes sense. The rest of them is no pay-per-view nowhere in the world. It should be on. They should be showcasing Crawford on ESPN for free. And he should be fighting as many times as he needs to fight. But he got a $3.53 million minimum every time he go out there, and I think they're gonna take his heart away. And what they doing is they blacklisting Terrence Crawford out the division. This is one of the divisions PBC run, and I'm telling you, all those fighters that's on the PBC side that I name as far as the top guys, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, all of them been offered fights to fight Terrence Crawford. All of them. All of them. Sean Porter's the first guy I knew that was offered to fight. And I'm not the only person that know this. They turned it down, okay? But I heard, now I give Sean Porter a pass. I think it was a multi-fight deal to go over there. Kenny Porter and them said, no, we cool. We're gonna stay with Al. Respectable, so it wasn't a one-fight deal. Keith Thurman was offered to fight Terrence Crawford. This is before Earl got offered. Keith Thurman was offered Manny Pacquiao not to take a Terrence Crawford fight. So that's one of the reasons Keith Thurman got Pacquiao. We talk about Keith Thurman probably later in the night if I get to it, right? Okay. Then Errol Spence was offered a fight. Now remember Keith Thurman say it ain't a duck unless you offer the fight. He was offered a deal, 45-45 split, we're going to take 10%. He already said the Sean Porter fight was what he was going to do. He told Crawford to his face, I'm going to get the easy belt versus Sean Porter. So Danny Garcia was offered a fight too. I think after Sean Porter, in between Keith Thurman, I believe, he was offered, to fight Terrence Crawford. He said no. They just blackballed him. They freezing him out the division. Until Al Heyman's defense, Bob Arum did the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot. So I'm not gonna front like Bob wouldn't do the same thing. But at the end of the day, for brothers that's saying they're happy that Crawford getting starved out, oh, he got to come to PBC and blah blah blah. Like at the end of the day, why should I got to come over there? If y'all believe that all them fighters will whoop Terrence Crawford ass, why not offer Jamal James up, David Ivorian, not a PBC fighter. Offer Berto up. Offer some of them other guys up and see if they can smoke them to wear them out a little bit. But the truth be told is, Al Heyman knows that none of his fighters, he don't believe none of his fighters can 100%, 90%, 80%, 60% beat Terrence Crawford. At bare minimum, they believe it's 50-50, go either way. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. Al Heyman has told his fighters that they're not fighting Terrence Crawford right now. So Crawford going to suffer. Now, honorable mentions, I think Carlos Adames might be an honorable mention. That might have to be at a catch weight because he's fighting at 54 and like he's struggling to make that weight. Custio Clayton was the number one WBO guy at one point. He slid. He didn't lose. He had a fight lined up. He a Canadian fighter. That's another guy that can be there. David Ivorian is another guy, honorable mention, that can fight Terrence Crawford. Ray Robinson is another guy, honorable mention, that can fight Terrence Crawford. Now, Ray Robinson is an interesting guy on the outside the top three looking in, because Ray Robinson at one point beat Terrence Crawford in an amateur, I think it was an amateur championship tournament, one of them. And Terrence Crawford family tried to jump on Ray Robinson. He told that story somewhere. If I find it, I'll put it in the description. You can look it up. So he said he actually beat Terrence Crawford fair and square, and his family tried to jump on him after the amateur tournament. So at the end of the day, those are the guys that I see Crawford fighting. Nothing serious, and you're going to have guys to make fun of him, swear they pro-black. I mean, niggas swear they pro-black. You know what I'm saying? But they don't mind stepping on another black man. They don't. I don't care if it's for another black man. At the end of the day, these niggas ain't in boxing to watch the best fight the best. Like I said, you got Chiefs and you got Indians. There's a ton of Indians out there. We need more Chiefs. We need a leadership. We need a Chiefs union. We need niggas that's gonna lead in this box community and this YouTube shit. There's too many niggas putting their nose under other niggas' asses to accommodate them or to please them. I ain't pleasing nobody on this motherfucker. In my opinion, if I get 1,000 dislikes, so be it. I can stand on my mirror for being my true self. You know what? I can get hated for being myself. Because I'd rather I'd rather go down being the real one than go down popping propaganda. But hey, y'all know what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Shout out to Billy Jensen for the video request, man. I do accommodate those, man. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. We gone.